Hello.
I'm JQ.
I'm TQ.
We're the Q Brothers, and this is Small Flower TV.
We're here today to talk about a problem.
Lice.
Lice. The common body louse.
The common body louse.
And this is obviously a blown up picture. We're talking about the little creatures that live on your body, on the hair on your body.
Maybe.
Not my body, thankfully.
That's why I keep it nice and fresh.
Thanks. Although...
you had a scare recently.
We had a scare, well, more than a scare. We had one of my children, I don't want to say which one on camera, just for her own sake, but we discovered on Christmas Eve, as the rest of the family was about to come over in a few hours, that she had lice. So I want to take away the embarrassment factor, because if you have kids in school, you probably already know this, that it's rampant.
And it's not your fault.
It's not your fault. And in fact, I actually take it as a sign of I'm an extra good parent, because one of the facts about lice is that they tend to find clean hair to lay eggs on. So it means actually you're probably a really good parent. I look at it that way. I'm a great parent who keeps my kid very clean, and that's why she got lice. Darn. Anyway, she did get it. It was ugly. I was the nitpicker. This is a great topic if you're a fan of words in general.
Yeah, because you may be feeling lousy about nitpicking.
Yeah, I definitely do. And if you're our friend Brian Berkowitz, you might say this place is lousy with fill in the blank.
Nitpickers.
Yeah. After being pestered by a few people, he'd be saying this place is lousy with nitpickers. But anyway, both of those terms have just to show you how common it is throughout history. Both of nits are the other name for the eggs that the female louse will lay on the hair. And
that was a male louse, the other with a pink shirt.
And the
I don't even want to know how you can tell.
Yeah, it's a little too embarrassing for this video.
And for the lice themselves.
But anyway, the point is, it's around there. If you have kids, you're probably going to get them. If you don't have kids, you work with them, you might get them. If you don't have kids, you don't work with them, you still might get them, although thankfully for adults, the chances are, it's a common among kids, it's not as common among adults. But if you're around kids, you can get it. And if you're in a house with kids who has it, with a child who has it, it's likely that most of the other family members, or many of them, will get infested. Thankfully, that was not the case with me or the rest of my family, just my one daughter.
So run me through it. So you find this out, she's scratching her head, then what?
She's scratching her head. Alright, you freak out.
Yeah.
On Christmas Eve, you freak out, because you have everyone coming over to your house. You then, thankfully, you own an apothecary, so you run around looking at everything you have for lice, thinking, I really should know this better, because I sell this stuff all the time. And then you go through a process of nitpicking and getting familiar with all these products, which I'm going to talk about right now, and getting way more knowledge about lice than you want. And then you make a video thinking, other people should probably know this, so I should share it with people, which is why we're sitting here in front of you right now. That's how it goes. So I want to talk about
step one.
Yeah, first of all, you find it, you look. If you have any idea that there might be, one of the great ways to look is the eggs. So female louse, what did it say on this kit? Where was it? Listen, just a little stat. An adult female louse may lay 6 to 10 eggs a day for 10 to 15 days. She deposits these eggs or nits on individual hair shafts next to the skin surface. She produces a natural glue that attaches the nit firmly to the hair. Key number one, as you're looking through. Obviously with the naked eye, if you're not trained, it's a little bit hard to just go and say I see a louse, they're pretty sneaky, they're brown, unless you have white hair or something like that, it might be kind of hard to notice them. However, and even if you have dry scalp, that makes it even more, if you have a little dandruff, if your child has little dry scalp issues, you might think, oh, it's confusing. One of the things I've found is that the eggs tend to be a little bit above the hair. They don't sit right on the scalp. They're usually a uniform distance away from the hair, and you can flick it with your finger and it will not shake off, unlike...
It's got that glue.
It's got this glue, and that stuff is pretty amazing. You would need to pull it with your finger and slide it along the hair shaft and pull it off.
Wow.
Which is why you need a comb, a good comb. So...
This one comes with this kit, right?
Yeah, this is, I can say after trying a few of these things that we sell, most of the things we sell, I'll just be honest, I think the Lice Detectives, which is our new one, makes the most sense to me in terms of the amount of product you get for the money, the ease of use.
And awesome.
This comb is the best comb that I found on the market. I went to that big chain store you've heard about, the pharmacy we all have near our house. I went to a couple of those and saw everything they had, and no one had a comb as good as this. And this comb, we sell this separately.
That blue and red one packed together.
Yeah, the blue and red one, but the problem with the plastic one is that when it has a plastic handle or plastic comb, you use it once, but then when you want to sterilize it, if you're using it on family members, you've got to jump to the next person. You're not going to like wait around and slowly sterilize. So you boil it, but if you boil it plastic, we did. My wife and I damaged some handles and damaged some combs, thinking like, oh, just put them there quickly. You kind of need to keep it away from the bottom of the pan surface, etc. This one we threw in there, no issues. And it's impossible to see. This has the tightest tines.
I noticed that.
The tightest teeth of any comb.
I used to use one to get nails out.
This is the tightest one you could find. Plus, there's little grooves that wrap diagonally, swirl their way down on here, which I found are helpful as well. So this is the best comb that we use. It comes in the kit from Lice Detectives, and I found that one is great. What this has is a mousse. You first put in, it's like one of those foam pumps, you put in the mousse and you rub it into this, actually I should say first, yeah, you use the mousse and you're basically, then you're using a regular comb to just get all the knots out. And you put in the mousse, that loosens actually the glue, the knit glue, so that they come out more easily. Then you put in the comb out cream, you comb through to get all the knots out, because when you do this, if your kid has knots in their hair, it's going to be a problem, or you do. And then you start sectioning off. And there's a great video we're going to link to on this content page that will show you exactly how to go through. Because the bottom line is, and they say it very nicely on here, let's rid yourself, if you find you have lice, resign yourself immediately to the fact that you're in for a decent process of getting rid of them that's going to take a number of days and checks over a number of weeks.
And requires removal.
There is no other way. You know, like I was talking to my parents, and they're like, when you were kids, we used to just like put a bunch of stuff in there.
Some chemicals?
Something, and it was like it killed it. And maybe that was true. That's also why I have this twitch, I think, right now. But no, I'm kidding. There's two reasons why I found out. First of all, that stuff is toxic crap. So they don't even, but also they don't even use it anymore. If you go to Walgreens or wherever, you're not going to find that in general, because they've all become immune to those chemicals. So like, what's the next step? Give like an even more harmful neurotoxic chemical in your kid's head? No. So all of these things have natural ingredients and oils which are going to help kill the lice, prevent them from reinfesting, make it less likely that they will come back, etc., and help remove them more easily. But this is your key. This is your new best friend if you have lice.
Removal.
So my first thing is, if you think it's going around your school, let's talk about some things you can do, like the lice repellent spray to kids who don't have it, like using a lice repellent shampoo and conditioner. You have a few more down there.
A couple more that, these ones are...
But these things you can use on a daily basis, or whatever your cleansing schedule is for kids and yourself.
And conditioner.
These have tea tree oil as an active ingredient and other good oils.
This doo-doo, I love the doo-doo Osun African shampoo and conditioner. I like them because they are a little more citrusy. They actually smell good. They don't dry your hair out like crazy, and they have the
I find that's true of these ones as well. These are non-foaming, not active foaming detergent.
And you can also just get some tea tree oil,
put it in a little water spray bottle, and spray it out on your hair.
You can also add it to your shampoo to fortify it even more.
And for this, I did this spray with my kids now that they're done. Now that she's done with it.
Spray,
this has a peppermint spray, and it's just it reduces the chance that other kids who still have lice or now have lice in the school are going to reinfest their hair. So let's say you found out you have it. So prevention, the best medicine, like everything in medicine, like why not prevent it? Especially, it's going around, it's winter, right? At least right now when we're filming this video, it's winter, kids have been outside, now they're coming in and they're staying inside all the time, and they're passing on, they're putting on hats, they're trying on each other's hats, they're hugging each other, I don't know, stuff that kids do, right? I know, that's the other good prevention method.
The Sinead O'Connor method.
Yeah, exactly. But basically, you get whatever you choose to use, and again, I like this because the thing about the lice. This is what I found. I took the Quick Knits kit. This one wants you to leave it on for 4 hours before you do anything. Which, if you have a 4-year-old who's crying, this is not the most fun thing to convince them to put on a plastic cap and hang around the house for 4 hours with a wet head. I found that's the problem. This one I put in, you pretty much put in and then start combing it out. The other thing about it is this, they want you to use like the whole kit or half the kit for one time. But the thing about lice that you need to know, and this is what I was saying, probably the most important thing that I learned after learning all this other stuff that I'm telling you is there's a cycle of reproduction. So you got them out. Let's say you were just meticulous and you got almost everything out. What about the eggs that they laid this morning that might not have gotten caught in there or whatever? There's like a cycle of doing it. That's why you're checking probably 4 days, every 3 to 4 days down the line and for a couple of weeks, so you get a few cycles so that, like we did with my daughter, we never found another creature, another one of these nasty, nasty things. But we did find, like 7 to 10 days later, both in the 7 to 10 days and the 2 weeks later, we found some more nits in there, just by themselves. And so then we did one more thing. At the final one, we did another one with the nits, and it's gone. You know, and now we've been checking again, and it's nothing. So you are checking.
I'm like, I don't even have hair.
It's the worst in the winter when you're already dry. So like, you probably are scratching your head because like you got a little dry scalp or whatever, which has been the case for me. And I lay in bed and I'm like, do I have lice? But anyway, we're going to put on the page all these techniques for like how to deal with stuffed animals, couches, furniture, everything else in your life that you have to deal with, because you're going to want it, and we'll try to simplify it down to like the easiest possible process. But the bottom line is you are doing this until you get rid of them. Whether you pay someone to do it, and there's some good services, and Lice Detective is one of them. There are other ones where you live, I'm sure, if you're not in Chicago. But the bottom line is you don't need to pay someone to do it because they're just coming through it and combing through your kid's hair. So if you, and they have a great video, and there's lots of them out there, but we'll link their video. You're doing this until you don't see any evidence anymore. And that's pretty much it. And then once you kind of get past that, it's actually not as gross as it sounds. So, if you're dealing with this, like we said, don't feel bad. You're one of the clean ones. You know? No, but if you're dealing with this, don't feel bad. You're going to get through it. It just takes some patience and a little hard work, which never hurt anybody.
If you can, help us come up with a better name for this shampoo. This is Thursday Plantation Tea Tree Shampoo Shampooing. I'm not kidding, that's the name of it.
Tea Tree Shampoo Shampooing. Maybe
you know what? If you can't come up with a better name than that, don't leave a comment below.
Have a good one. Good luck.
Bye.